Let's talk about an organ that works very well in our body. Actually, it will work up until 75 or 80% of it is affected. Before then, it kind of doesn't give us any obvious symptom. And when I say by obvious symptoms, I mean it doesn't actually give us obvious symptoms that a doctor would identify as, oh, you're having a problem with this organ. So 80% of it can work and not give you any notice. You may be unaware that you're having any issues with this organ unless you look for subtle indications. And when I say subtle indications, let's talk about what traditional Chinese medicine tells us and teaches us with over centuries, 4,000 centuries of being around. So they have a system which has been proven through all these centuries to actually fit right in with identifying organs that are out of balance in our body. And so they can identify imbalances physically in our body and then associate them with certain organs. So when we talk about this organ that will work up until it's 80% affected, and then by the time it gives us a physical notice that a doctor can identify as a problem, it's too late. So we want to be actually aware of it way before. What organ is that? Our liver. Our liver is responsible for over 500 functions in our body, and it will give us slight indications that it is having issues. But if we're not aware of them, it may go unheeded until it's actually too late, because it's one of those organs that doesn't scream, "Hey, listen to me, I'm having pain." Okay, so let's talk about slight indications that would, if you have them today, and the more of these you have, the more this is an issue for you. Fatigue. So always tired. And people associate that with, oh, I'm anemic, I just need vitamins, I just don't sleep enough, all of which may be true, but here are some of the symptoms. So you're fatigued, nauseousness, continued nauseousness, whether you're eating something or waking up with it, varicose veins, spider veins, hemorrhages, those red spots that you get in different areas of your body that some people even get operated. What are they called? Cherry hemangiomas. All those would indicate that there's an issue with your liver. If around the iris of your eye you have white, and sometimes if you're out in the sun and it's shining on you, you can see it on people. There'll be right around the iris a white area developing, which would indicate that your liver's having issues processing fat, and your cholesterol levels are off. Actually higher than you need them to be, in other words. What else? On the white of your iris, if you have a yellow area that begins to appear, that would indicate right away also that there's jaundice, that there's liver issues. How about red around the white of your eyes? Unless it's because of allergies, or unless it's because flu season, or you have a cold, or you have a fever. A lot of the times those red areas around the white of your eye will indicate that your blood pressure is high. And that would be an indication of your liver already giving you issues. So that's another thing that we need to look for. In traditional Chinese medicine, the left cheek has a lot to do with liver issues. So if you begin to have a bronzing in your left cheek, or you begin to see broken capillaries in that area, anything that's out of normal in that area would indicate that you have extra heat in your body, more inflammation, and that would indicate congestion of your liver. Metal taste in your mouth when you wake up in the morning, or even some people all the time throughout the day. Bile, which is stored in your gallbladder, is actually very bitter tasting. And so when the liver is having issues, you will taste it in your mouth. And that's what it feels like a metal sensation. Shoulder pain. And we associate shoulder pain on the right-hand side, our right shoulder, with problems with our heart. But I'm talking about pain in this area, in the left shoulder. That would indicate that I am having issues with my liver. Also knee pain. So you'll meet people that have had shoulder replacements and knee replacements, and you think, well, that was it, the solution to my problems. And they're still having problems. They're still having pain in that area. And they're like, how can that be? I had it replaced. Well, because the underlying issue was not addressed. Your liver is still having a problem. That's why things that you go out and operate and remove, you remove varicose veins, you remove hemorrhoids, you remove spider veins, you remove you replaced your shoulder, your knee, and you still have issues with it, it keeps coming back, the pain, it's because it wasn't a problem with wherever that was showing up. It was a reflection of your liver, and that hasn't been addressed, so it will continue to be a problem. You know something that's very high today? A vitamin D deficiency. And people are like, but why? I get out and I get sun. Why am I having a vitamin D deficiency? And the doctors sometimes don't even understand it. They just give you vitamin D because what else can we do? Well, you know, vitamin D is stored in the liver. So if you're having liver issues, you're going to have an imbalance with your vitamin D. So think of that as well. How about people who have sweaty feet and stinky, sweaty feet? And you're like, oh, what? That is a liver issue. Now, why? Why would that be a liver issue? Well, because now your kidneys are compromised. When your liver doesn't work as well, your kidneys are beginning to work more. And when they are compromised, they're having a hard time sweating it out through your skin. So it's always a process in the body. If your colon isn't working quickly, it overburdens your liver. If your liver doesn't work well, it overburdens your kidneys. If your kidneys doesn't work well, it overburdens your skin. So just remember that sweaty, stinky feet indicates that there is a liver issue. Men who develop man boobs, that is an excess of estrogen in a body. And it is a result of the liver not processing all this correctly, because one of the jobs of the liver is to process this. Now, it's very specific with men, certain things like that, because men cannot process estrogen the way a woman's body processes estrogen. So it's even more important for a man to take care of his liver, so to speak, because there will be things that the liver has to do for him, whereas the woman, in processing all these bad estrogens in the air, xenoestrogens, we have a better capacity because our body has been designed to process estrogen. We'll still have a problem with it as women, but just to show you that men are going to have to be more proactive in taking care and addressing their liver. Now, people with liver issues will tell you that sometimes, oh, you know, I can't eat cucumbers. I can't eat garlic. I can't eat green peppers, onions. All that just doesn't sit well with me. Radishes, I can't eat radishes. Well, it's not that they're allergic to that. It's not the food that's a problem, because those are very good foods. It's that is an indication of a liver insufficiency. So sometimes when you ask these people who have had shoulder replacements or knee replacements, hey, do you have a problem with processing or eating green peppers or cucumbers, or maybe they don't even eat them at all. But if they eat them and they have a problem with it, radishes, onions, garlic, hold the garlic, hold the onion. Why? Because it's a problem for you? That would indicate that there is a liver issue. So what can we do about it? Well, definitely we need to eat a little different, because since our liver is responsible for processing everything we eat, we want to give it healthy things. We want to provide it with, for example, apples, and organic definitely, especially in apples, but they are very good for you. An apple a day keeps the doctor away is a real thing. And one of the reasons is because it's very beneficial for the liver. Carrots. Always have a bag of carrots in your fridge, and not for decoration, eat them. The small ones, the large ones, whatever, just make sure you have a large or medium-sized carrot a day, or a little handful of the small ones. Have raw carrots. Beets are very important. They actually help detox the liver, so don't take too much of them, but maybe like a 1/3 cup every day. Grate them and put them in your salad. Have them, because it's very important for you. Especially men that we were talking about, that it's even more important for them to process this estrogen and everything. They need to be eating every day broccoli. Very important for men. And kind of steam it. You've noticed that when you steam broccoli, it kind of turns a little bit more green, because it kind of, the chlorophyll is more exposed. So even if you just steam it lightly, everyday broccoli is very good for men. Cabbage, cauliflower, those are vegetables, onions, garlic, that are very high in sulfur. And that type of vegetable is going to be very important when we're talking about helping you clear estrogen from your body. So that's important too. Exercise. Exercise is very important. We talk about it a lot. Here's another reason, because when you are overweight, obesity, or just a little overweight, you begin to have fatty deposits, and your liver is going to be a fatty liver. So you want to address it. Some people will say, well, why do I have a fatty liver? I don't even drink. What's causing it? What you eat and your lack of exercise. So exercise, eat better. You're going to find that your liver works as it's designed to, way better when you do that. Avoid alcohol. Alcohol is actually very detrimental for the liver. Sometimes you'll hear videos or doctors that say, well, one glass a day is okay. And while it very well may be, there's a lot of things you have no control over. You may not have a lot of control over the detergent you buy because you don't want to spend more money than you should, or the hairspray or the hair shampoo and conditioner and soap that you bathe with because it's too expensive and I use too much of it, whatever. You may not have control over certain things. You definitely have no control over the environment and how it affects you. And so all these things are coming into your body and affecting it. Well, you can't control some of those things, but you can definitely control what you choose to drink and you choose to eat. So if you remove alcohol, the things you can eliminate, then that is going to definitely help your liver. What else can we do besides that? What can we incorporate that'll help it? Well, here's products that'll help you. Soul Vital is actually something that'll work in many things. I've talked about it in many of my videos, but it's very high in chlorophyll. So it's going to give your liver the ability of cleaning your body a little bit more, your blood a little bit more. Cinnamate is actually another drink that works at a digestive level. It helps your body to process sugars, and that brings down inflammation. And that's very important when we're talking about alleviating the job that the liver does. So we've got 2 drinks that you can drink during the day and are going to be amazing. And then we've got a product that literally addresses inflammation directly, Soul Flex PI. And it's actually made up of plants. All these drinks are plant-based. Actually, this one has 14 plants. And they're designed to help your body fight inflammation and keep it healthy, keep it with the nutrition it needs so that your body can do what it's been designed to do, so that your liver can work the way it should. So look into these products. Ask the person who gave you this video to give you more information and begin to take care of this organ so that you're not waiting until it's 75% affected and you have such a hard time helping it to regenerate, because the things that we do preventively will always be best for us.